Hey guys, Uncommon Ramen here. I wanted to do a couple videos on dead or, well, yeah, basically dead TCGs. I think it's kind of neat to see what came up and kind of see, well, I guess basically why they died. Um, with that being said, today I wanted to take a look at the Nightmare Before Christmas trading card game, which came out in 2005 and had an expansion in 2006 called Christmas Town, and then just disappeared. And in 2006, it also had some organized play incentives, so a little bit of prize support. So somewhere between 2005 and 2006, in some places, it had enough traction that it saw some sort of tournament play. Otherwise, why would it have prize support, I guess? But then in 2006, like I said, it disappeared. One of the things I noticed when I was looking at the box is that nowhere on the box is there a Disney logo anywhere. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the death of the game. As far as I know, it did say on the website that it was licensed, so maybe Disney just didn't want anything to do with it, and it was licensed through maybe Touchstone because it does have the Touchstone pictures right there, but maybe that's one of the reasons why it ended up disappearing, is because it enjoyed some sort of success between 2005 and 2006, and then Disney decided, hey, we want our share, and they couldn't manage to continue that license, and therefore I guess maybe died. The other thing is that as we go through these, and in a future video when we go through Christmas Town, because I'd like to open up a box or two of those as well to kind of show you what's in there. You can kind of see that they have a limited amount of content, and that being what they can pull from stills from the movie, and you can only do so much with that. And since really I don't think they were going to explore any other avenues, that kind of limits you to what you can do with this game. So I think that once we cover what's in Christmas Town, it's kind of like, okay, that's it. That being said, each booster pack is 36 packs. I did open one previous to this, just so that I could see what was in it, see if there was any patterns I could notice, and so on and so forth. Really quickly, there are 38 rares in the core set, and there are 12 ultra rares, as well as 50 uncommons and 50 commons. When I was first opening the packs, one of the things I did notice really quickly is that they don't have a way of distinguishing between what is common and what is uncommon here. So you're kind of left to your own devices there. I did pull up a PDF that shows all the common cards and all the uncommon cards, so I can kind of show where that is and see if maybe you can determine it via pack position, which would be kind of unfortunate, but it is the way people do things sometimes. The rares are easy to identify because they do have a skull in the upper right hand corner of the card, which I will show. And then the ultra rares are easy to spot because they are the only foil cards in the set. So when you see a foil card, it is an ultra rare. And more importantly, for some reason, they put the foil cards somewhere between the commons and I assume the uncommons. And if there is a ultra rare in the pack, you are still going to receive a rare as well. So it doesn't, mess with. I think what it does is you get one less common, and you get two rares instead. The other thing I noticed after organizing all the cards from the previous box, so there was 36 packs, each pack comes with 12 cards. After organizing all of those, I realized that every common well, first off, I got every common, and I got 5 to 6 copies of each common. Just wanted to give you guys, I guess, little details about it. Also, you'll notice on the booster pack, there is nothing under here denoting rarities and chances of receiving rares, and so on and so forth. Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, Touchstone Pictures, NECA. NECA does a bunch of collectible things. They have never done a card game before this, and they never did a card game after this, so maybe that says something. No Disney logo. And maybe Disney just didn't own it at the time. And then this was also, I don't know if I can get the camera to focus on that, but Real Games was the, I assume, not producer, but the people who came up with the idea. So let's dive in. So we got Dr. Finkelstein, Locke, Town Square, Sax Player, and here's where it gets weird. So this is what I was talking about. So in every card game that I've ever opened boosters for, every card's been upright, with the exception of this card game, and this is going to be a theme throughout every single solitary booster, where cards are in there upside down for no particular reason, as far as I can tell. So let's see. Jingle Bells is a creation, and it's a common card, so there's no reason for it to be upside down like that. My Fantasies is a surprise, and it's also a common, according to my rarity list here. Nutcracker is a creation, and it is also common. So there's just no rhyme or reason to why some of these are upside down like this. Hide and Seek is also a common. That's Our Job. This, I believe, is this? Okay, so this one is still a common, I believe. So Mad Genius. Mad Genius is our uncommon. So yeah, it looks like pack position is how you can tell where the, and we'll see in the next pack. So the last 3 cards are going to be 2 uncommons and a rare. So Oogie's Dice, yes, also uncommon. And then finally the Eager Anaconda, and you'll see right there, the skull denotes that this is a rare. And okay, so now we know we have our rare. That's our Eager Anaconda. You'll look at the commons and uncommons, and actually let me just find a creation that's common. So this one is common, this one is uncommon, and if you look, there is literally nothing different between the cards. So unless you knew about the pack position, you'd have no idea which cards here were common versus uncommon. I think that's just kind of why do it with rares but not do it with uncommons. It just doesn't make any sense. Jump into the next pack. Alright, we got Oogie Boogie, Witch's Nook, Mayormobile, Decomposing Guy, and then again, they're upside down for no particular reason. Takeoff Ramp, let's just double check here. Creations, Takeoff Ramp is common. 3 of a Kind is common, yeah, okay. So, okay, Jumbo Treat Bag, that's common. Sound of Rolling Dice is common. Okay, we flipped back up on its own, and we have the Clown with the Tearaway Face. That is a creature, or a character, and it is uncommon. So, oh, that's odd. No, Clown with the Tearaway Face is common. No, it's not. It's uncommon. Well, that's odd. Okay, the graveyard is a locale, and it is also uncommon. And then Undersea Gal is also uncommon. So this one had 3 uncommons. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Eureka is our rare. And that makes me wonder. That's our job. Oh, it does show up as uncommon. My bad. There are 3 uncommons in each pack, and they are pack position. The last 3, or this almost the last 4 cards are going to be 3 uncommons and a rare. So there's 8 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare. We have Eureka, which I believe is one of the ones I didn't get in the first box, and Eager Anaconda, which I had in the first box. So again, it looks like it is repeatable. Pack position shows that the last 4 cards will contain your rare and 2 or 3 uncommons. So Jack's house, this one's upside down. Okay, so it starts out upside down on this one. Mummy Boy, bass player, Sally's room, shock. Shock is common. Yep. Fire. Pull yourself together. So now we are, okay, pull yourself together. Hitch a ride. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera here. Alright, now we're in the last 4 cards, so something's up with Jack is uncommon. Fender Bender is uncommon. And Deadly Nightshade is uncommon. So there you go. Yeah, that's how you can tell. So since you can't tell via anything on the card where your uncommons and commons are, your pack position is how you're going to have to figure that out. This used to be the same way that they did it with Magic. I think they do that now, but it depends on if you get like first printing or not, because I noticed when I was opening up the first printing boxes of Ikoria, the rare was sitting at the front of the pack, so I don't know what was going on with that. Anyway, our rare for this is Hello Oogie, and again, you can just tell right there. Okay, now I'm not going to go through the trouble of organizing this all on camera and showing you what all of it is and everything, because that would be a huge waste of time, and I don't want anybody to sit through that. But if I did organize all this, I could guarantee that we'd be sitting and looking at 5 to 6 commons of each card, as well as 2 of every uncommon. Okay, so Shock is a common. So Making Christmas is a uncommon. Christmas Tree Bats, Halloween Town Gates. And then this is Halloween. Very cool. Alright, next up. And you can see, again, how a lot of these were upside down. There you go, another example. There's no reason for it to be that way. Whatever they were doing to package these just kind of messed things up. Okay, so there you go. We have our first ultra rare. It is Wheel of Torture. First off, let's see where that was sitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's sitting between the commons. It's 7, so it's taking the place of one of the commons. So we have Wheel of Torture. You can see that it's foil. And you can see the skull right there, which means that these are now uncommons, and they are upside down. So we got the Crypt, we got Zero, and we have Castle Finkelstein, and then our rare is the Mayor. And you can see these are both in the same pack. So they don't skimp on the rare in that case. They take out one of the commons, and that is actually my 3rd copy of the Mayor, which is kind of funny. He actually is my favorite character in that movie, believe it or not. So I got kind of lucky with that. People ask me why he's my favorite character. I just love his face. I love that it can spin around. It's just an interesting representation. Upside down again. We got the bass player. We got Mummy Kid. Sally's Room. In case you haven't seen these. They're very hard to tell anyway. But, okay, we got the Mayor. Fire. And then, since there are multiple personalities, you can see Lugubrious Leader versus Elected Official. Fire, pull yourself together, hitch a ride, and then, is it uncommon? Oh, throw me a bone, which is, yeah, definitely common. And then we have Mr. Hyde number 2. There's actually 3 of these guys. Mr. Hyde 1 is a common, Mr. Hyde number 2 is an uncommon, and Mr. Hyde number 3 is a rare. Maybe we'll see him. That'd be really cool. The Tree Circle. And the Monster Under the Stairs. And then our rare is Devil. Sadistic Fiend. I don't know why my camera is jumpy like that. I wonder if I have something on here that's doing motion tracking or something like that. I'll figure that out for another video. So we got Jack, Accordion Player, Igor, Mr. Hyde, the Common, Double Dead, I'm the Boogeyman, Sandy Claus Outfit, Moody Mayor. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, we're in our uncommons. That's our job. I want to do it. What have I done? And then our rare here is the Wreath of Wrath. That's always funny. Poor Jack. He thought he was doing something good. Just trying to explore different avenues and just completely gets obliterated. I wonder what kind of message that's sending us. Don't try anything new. Oogie's Lair, Dr. Finkelstein, Lock, Town Square, Fetch. I never realized. Jingle Bells. My Fantasies. I believe we are in our uncommons. Vampire Baron. So there are actually 4 vampires. One of them is common, one of them is uncommon, one of them is rare. And I hate to think that one of them is also ultra rare. No, 2 of them are uncommon. They all have the same ability. So it's kind of disproportionate because the rare version has the exact same ability as the other ones. But I think they did that because they wanted to make sure that if you were to build a deck, you had to make sure you had the multiple copies of the rare one, which is harder to get. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the case. The Crypt, the Monster Under the Bed, creepiest one there. And then I Am Not the One. Poor Sally. She got ignored for a large portion of the movie by her love, even though she was created by Finkelstein for Finkelstein. But I think he ended up with the better deal at the end of that with Jewel, of whom he shared a mind with. Mr. Hyde, Oogie's Lair, Dr. Finkelstein, the Moody Mayor, and it's annoying that these are all upside down, yes. Fetch, I Never Realized, Jingle Bells, What Have I Done? And then our uncommons are I Want to Do It. These guys were little brats. Scary Teddy. I honestly didn't realize this was supposed to be a teddy. When I was young, I always thought this was just a... Well, I actually don't know what I thought it was. Flying squirrel? Something terrifying. I would be horrified to have a floating toy. Oh, I missed one of the uncommons. Was that What Have I Done? What Have I Done is uncommon. My bad. Fear the Reaper. This is one that I didn't get in my first box, so now I have received it in this box. And I don't know why they just didn't center the Reaper here. They don't do a lot of focusing on that. He shows up when he's coming into Town Hall, and they have a good still of him that they used as a character in this. Hopefully we'll see it. It's a rare, but I don't think he has any lines. Lock, the Town Square, Sax Player, Corpse Kid, My Fantasies, Nutcracker, Hide and Seek, Master of the Plans, Monster Under the Stairs, which is uncommon, Harlequin Demon, Big Witch, and Winged Demon. This is one that I didn't get. This was actually the only character that I didn't get in the first box. So now I have all the characters. Winged Demon uses his wings to walk. Very interesting. Moving on. So we received one ultra rare so far. And we've proved that the pack position is how you can tell. This is upside down. We have Finkelstein Hall, which is not to be mixed up with Finkelstein Tower, because Finkelstein Hall is inside the tower, which is Nook, Behemoth, that's what they call him, Behemoth, Oogie Boogie, Pull Yourself Together, I Am the Boogeyman, Roadkill, and Moody Mayor. We got our Christmas Tree Bats. This will probably be the only time, or the last time you'll see this, because it's an uncommon, and if my theory is correct, we're only going to see 2 to 3 copies. This is our second copy, so we might not see this one again. Let's Play, and I Told You, followed by It's Time to Party, which is, I believe, one of the rares that I didn't get in the previous box, so. And that is the Devil, flailing around like an idiot. Some of the stills, I kind of don't understand where they got them or why they would choose them the way they did, but hey. Not the one who made the game. Wouldn't have chosen Nightmare Before Christmas to make a TCG for, because obviously there's not a whole lot of content there to continue with. When we talk about content, as far as dead games are concerned, I can't wait, if I have a chance to get to Magi Nation. Unfortunately, Magi Nation is kind of expensive to get my hands on. For a dead game, the price of all of its content is still very high. Skeletal Reindeers, uncommon. Mad Genius, that was probably the last time we'll see that one. Scary Teddy, probably last time we'll see that one. And then Vampire Prince, this is the one I was talking about. Rare, vampire, same ability, literally. So, I guess that was just to keep them as separated as possible. That is my second Prince, by the way, so now I can start thinking about building a vampire deck. Unfortunately, I won't have 4, but who cares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll just get past all these commons because we've seen them all. Corpse Mom, Mr. Hyde number 2, and the clown with the tearaway face. And our rare is Mystic Cauldron. This is the cauldron they were looking at when they were following Jack on his perilous trip as Santa. It's just a poor idea, I'm telling you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gets rid of all of our commons. Are these all upside down? Yes. So we have Vampire Lord. This is not to be mistaken with the other vampire, which I believe was Vampire Baron. Oh, are all 3 vampires uncommon? They are. Vampire Baron, Vampire Count, and Vampire Lord. And then there's Vampire Prince. Wow, they don't even have a common version. Interesting. Town Hall. When he tries to explain to a bunch of Halloween-centric people what Christmas is. Jack's bedroom. And hiding under your bed. Wah! So one of the locales is the bed, the scary bed, and it is truly terrifying. I wouldn't want to sleep in that. Even if I knew that there was nothing underneath it. It just looks scary. The bed itself is scary. January. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now we got our vampire count. Jack's bedroom again, which is just very Christmassy right now. Undersea Gal. And our rare for this one is Kidnap Mr. Sandy Claus. I didn't get this one either, so this is a very good scene. Trying to get it to center on it. It's terrible. Anyway, going back to the dead games. So I was looking up stuff on eBay. Let's see, because you can get these booster boxes for $19 a piece. No joke. I think I paid $18 for these. And when you look up some of the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. When you look up some of the other games that have died in the past, Something's Over Jack, Fender Bender, Oogie's Turn, and we have The Fountain, which is a rare. You find that they fluctuate. So like I found a lot of older TCG booster boxes selling for $19.99, but at the same time, if you look at things like Dead Town, or I mean, I guess it's called Doomtown, Dead something or other. The booster boxes are still the same price that they were when they would have been on the shelf, I believe. Which is weird to me, because does that mean that there's still like a nostalgia for them, or a high nostalgia for them? Netrunner is another one. The old 80s version of Netrunner, I think, instead of falling into obscurity because it was reprinted as Android Netrunner by Fantasy Flight, it sparked a kind of nostalgia for the old game, so people are buying the old game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Imagination is another one where maybe it was just so heavily short printed that people have a hard time letting go of stuff like that for a price that's kind of reasonable, because I'm looking at Imagination booster boxes being like $256, and that's not even what the retail price was. Let's be honest about that. Little Witch, the Tree House. This is where Lock, Shock, and Barrel live. Corpse Dad, whose name was Ned, I guess. And Bunny. Tried to do that as best I could. I don't think that I could ever be Behemoth. I guess unless I got an axe in my head, which would be really unfortunate. But yeah, it seems like there are still several out there that I could get. Cyberpunk, I believe, was one of them. Dot Hack, I can't wait to do some box openings for that. That one, I found a couple for $19, so I'm gonna pick those up. We have, was that it? Okay, cool. Organ Donor, Deadhead, and Skeletal Reindeers, which we'll probably not see again. And then the Hanging Tree, I don't know really what they were thinking with this. It's just kind of unfortunate. Not going to really touch on that. Move on. But yeah, Dot Hack. I can't wait to do the unboxing for that. I'm going to pick up a couple of those. Christmas Town, just because, why not? Ooh, okay, so we got the sack full of Mischief. So this is our second Ultra. Yeah, look at that. Terrible still. There's our skull. Terrible still. Sandy Claus. The Laboratory. And Zero, which we'll probably not see any more of that. Then we have the Mournful Howl. This is just after they found out that Jack got blown out of the sky. Yeah, I wanted to do one on Doomtown or Dead Town or Doom, whatever, because when I was first getting into Magic the Gathering, my parents thought maybe I would enjoy card games in general, which I did eventually, but at the time I was just very focused on Magic the Gathering, and that was one of the games that they got me. We got another ultra rare Scary Bed. This is what I was talking about. So this is the locale Scary Bed, and this is where that monster lives under. Just looking at the bed itself, of course I would never sleep in that. That is terrifying. So there you go with that. Laboratory. Wolfman. I always liked the Wolfman. I felt an attachment to him. And then Dark Alley is a rare. What was I talking about? Yeah, so they bought me Dead Town as well as Legend of the Five Rings, which is another one that I won't be, will not likely be doing a booster opening for a lot of reasons. There's tons and tons and tons of sets for that, and the reboot of it by Fantasy Flight means that nostalgia prices have gone up, you know, just a bunch of reasons that I just don't want to get into that. But I would love to do Imagination, because I was really into Imagination. Imagination has an unfortunate, and I don't know what happened there. Just kind of disappeared one day, probably because they ran out of content, but they could have kept that content going, because it's not like they were referencing anything real. You could make up names forever. I don't know. Organ Donor. Deadly Nightshade. Let's Play. That's a question I want to ask the creator of Imagination. What happened? Putrid Playmates. That is our rare. Who knows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No Ultra. We got the Best I Can. Followed by Halloween Town Gates. And I Told You. Tub of Terror. Which is an accurate description of that tub. The feet, the lion feet on the bottom, my partner is super into that kind of gothic-y type of stuff. I don't particularly care. It is what it is. Okay, that is our 8 commons. We got Big Witch. Don't know if you noticed earlier, but there's also Small Witch. We have the Back Alley, where the little cat is. And then we have Harlequin Demon. Followed by our rare, which is Black Cat. Go figure. That's the cat. An Uncertain Omen. And is that the reason Jack failed? No, Jack failed because he wasn't meant to be Santa Claus. He was meant to be Mr. Unlucky. He was meant to be terrifying. Jungle Treat Bag, Corpse Mom. That's our uncommon. Oops, that's rares. Back Alley. And Town Hall. And there's Jewel. Decidedly better for Mr. Finkelstein than Sally. Not that Sally was bad. I mean, it's obvious that Sally was meant for Jack. Am I a Sally and Jack shipper? Can you ship Jack with anybody else? I suppose you could. Everybody was hot for him. Undersea Gal, the witches, everybody was. Did I just show off that rare on accident? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No ultras. Deadhead. Is that number 3? I told you, sometimes we get 3 of each, so that's our Deadhead. Searchlights is our first of that. Jack in the Box, first of that one. And then Gatekeeper. Yeah, this game kind of fell off in 2006. I'm pretty sure either A, Disney stepped in, or B, it just didn't have the content. I mean, once you get past Christmas Town, I can't imagine what else you could jump into. It's not like they jumped into other worlds. And I suppose you could keep reprinting different personalities, giving them different stills and whatnot, but what good is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. No ultras. We got ourselves our second Searchlight. Town Meeting. Second Jack in the Box. And Everybody Scream. These guys had a lot of fun in Halloween Town. I guess each town had their own reasons for having fun. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No ultras. Ned. Night Stalker. Monster under the bed. The terrifying, terrifying bed. And the pumpkin patch. The iconic scene. Very cool. Phenomena. Phenomena. 8. Got Sandy Claus. So in the expansion, I think they actually call him Santa Claus. Treehouse, Vampire Baron. Totally making a vampire deck. I don't even know how to play this game, honestly. Say it twice. I know that may seem strange, but I did buy, back in 2005, I did buy some of the pre-constructed decks to kind of learn how to play, and then I just never did. I'm having some technical difficulties with my camera. I don't know what just happened there, so let's keep going. So we got our ultras, we got ourselves. I'm not the dumb one, which is arguable. Making Christmas, and that's our job. Followed by It's Time You Begun. It's a cool scene, too. Apparently, I'm running out of space on my camera. Alright, another decomposing guy. The Well, Behemoth. Pull yourself together. Hitch a ride. Throw me a bone. Okay, we got another ultra rare, and unfortunately, and I say unfortunately only because I was hoping to kind of see multiple different rares, but we got ourselves another Sackful of Mischief. So that is the first time that I've gotten a double of an ultra. So, Sackful of Mischief. That's our job. I think that is number 3 or 4, which deviates from what I had mentioned earlier as far as pattern. What have I done? I think that's a deviation. Say It Twice is a double as well. So we just got 2 Say It Twices, which means we are not going to get every surprise. Although it doesn't deviate that heavily from the original pattern that I had mentioned, so it still makes me a liar. Alright. The Tree Circle, the Graveyard, the Vampire Count, and Undead Duck. Next up, trying to keep this video shorter, but looks like we're hitting 45 minutes no matter what. That's just what happens when you're unboxing. Not unboxing, but opening booster packs. Gotta get that garbage out of here. 2, 3. Alright. Why did I turn that all upside down? Well, it doesn't matter. Scorpion Surprise. Town Meeting. And Delightful Hat. And Scared Stiff. Some cool stuff. I'm gonna teach myself how to play this game and then build a bunch of janky decks with it. I don't know what else to do with the cards. Could give them away, I suppose. We'll see what happens when Christmas Town comes around. Alright, what is that? 4. Yes, we got ourselves an ultra. What did we get? We got Shadow on the Moon. There's another great scene. Oogie Boogie being Oogie Boogie, I guess. Wolfman. Castle Finkelstein. Vampire Count. Jack Skellington, Master of Fright. Ironically, the same scene. They deserved it. Little brats. They were the true villains. Oogie was just a victim of circumstance. Yeah, right. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No Ultra. Mad Genius, that's number 3. So maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I should stop talking to you about these patterns. Twilight Sun. This booster box set to prove me wrong, but at least we figured out the pack position. That makes sense to me. Who needs rules? Alright, that's 4. We got ourselves. Look what you've done. This one I didn't receive before, so this one is brand new, and this is Oogie's Undoing. Although, I suppose as long as there's an insect alive. Although Jack did squash that last insect, so maybe he is truly gone forever. Easter Bunny. Poor guy, he's not very scary. It's -1 to your Halloween town. I know a little bit about the game, sorry. This is the last one, guys. We'll call it quits on this. Alright, we got Jack's house, that's 4. No Ultra, so we got 8. The Best I Can. Oogie's Dice, and I'm Not the Dumb One. Followed by Oogie Boogie, the Gambling Boogeyman. Alright, so there you go. Really quickly, let's see just how many Ultra Rares we got in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and even though we got a duplicate, that was exactly how many Ultra Rares I got in my last box as well. So it looks like if you open a box of 36 packs, as long as it is a sealed box and not tampered with, you are going to receive 6 Ultra Rares, which is not good packing in my opinion. It doesn't really... it's a pattern, and that makes it not as rare. And then if we look here, obviously there's 36 of these. We only got 1 double, which is the Say It Twice, which means that we are going to be missing 3 rares in this, just like we were in my first booster box. I wouldn't be able to tell you which ones. That would take me some time to look at the other box, but I can tell you that I did get cards in here that I didn't get in the previous box, so that's pretty cool. And then as we were opening, I'm sure you could see that we did end up getting more than 2 of quite a few of these uncommons, but we also received 4 of at least one of these, so I'm wondering which one of these guys we only received 1 of, and if that's actually multiple different ones that we only received 1 of, which would be just as unfortunate, I guess. Well, I don't know if that's really unfortunate. I don't know how many copies of each card you can have in this game. If it's anything like Yu-Gi-Oh, this is only 3. Tons of commons. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. That is Nightmare Before Christmas, the first set. Like I said, there is an expansion to the game called Christmas Town, and I will be doing a video of that as soon as I can get hold of the boxes. Again, I'd like to do other dead games as I find them. Obviously, for now, it's going to be some of the stuff that I can find for like $19, $20 here and there. I think I would even go up as far as 40. Depending on the game. I'm not going to be going into Imagination anytime soon because unfortunately the booster boxes that I was seeing were like 250, and that's just too high. Hopefully the next video I do is Christmas Town, otherwise it will be .hack, and this isn't going to take away from the videos I do for board games and more relevant card games like Magic the Gathering. I still want to do videos for that as well. I have a collector's edition for Core 2021 Magic the Gathering coming, and I would love to do a video for that. And yeah, there's Kickstarters for board games that will be coming soon as well, and I would love to do videos for those. I'm going to try and establish a schedule for that, so on specific days you will see content for specific things. That way, if you're not into Magic the Gathering, you can just skip that content altogether, or if you're just not into board games, you can skip that as well. Maybe like I don't know, Wednesdays would be for card games, Thursdays for dead card games, and I don't know, Tuesday for the sake of, I don't know, pattern for board games. But that's tentative. Give me some time to figure that out. And until next time, guys, if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and leave comments. Maybe you have suggestions of games that you would like to see that are dead games that you'd like to see me open. Specifically, card games. TCGs is what I'm talking about. Because I would love to open up some boosters for you guys and just kind of talk about that. Anyways, until next time, peace.